This year, we invite you to resolve to set smarter goals. Think of this webinar as a cheat sheet for setting achievable goals so you can live a life in line with your hopes and values. What do you want more of in your life? What would bring you more satisfaction, more joy in your everyday? Sometimes we stop ourselves from dreaming or setting new goals to avoid disappointment. Maybe we feel like we've tried it before and it didn't work, so what's the point? Or we worry, what if we fail? Or we don't know where to start? Or maybe we're not sure we want to make change. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad habits, says, many people think they lack motivation when they really lack clarity. A big reason we fail at achieving a goal is that it's vague. SMART goals counter vague goals. SMART is an acronym for setting goals that we can follow through on. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. This type of goal setting has been shown to be an effective way to make health behavior changes. Let's break down what each of these elements really mean. Specific. A specific goal creates clarity, outlining the exact action you will take and when. Making a vague goal specific might look like taking a goal such as I will exercise more and making it something like I will go for a walk in the neighborhood 3 days a week. Something like I will eat healthier becomes I will eat vegetables with each meal. I'll work on getting more sleep might look like I will stick to a bedtime routine and go to bed by 10 p.m. How will you know you're making progress toward your goal? This is where setting measurable goals comes in. Here's an example. Take a specific goal, like I will eat veggies with meals, and make it I will eat one vegetable with dinner 4 days a week. Making your goals measurable will allow you to track your progress. Another helpful way to track your progress is to use tools like a food journal or a sleep journal, or even using a smartwatch to track your exercise. You can mark off on a calendar each time you take an action toward your goal as well. Make your goal attainable. Unachievable goals are a recipe for disappointment. This doesn't mean you can't set big goals, but break down your big goals into smaller, achievable goals. This helps us build confidence in our abilities, and it makes us less likely to give up on those big goals. So this might look like if you were to start with a big goal of eating 5 servings of veggies a day, you could break it down and start with, I will eat 1 veggie with dinner 4 days a week. In 3 months, I eat 2 servings a day. In 6 months, I eat 3 servings a day. In a year, I eat 5 servings of veggies a day. And here's a simple way to assess how doable the goal you've set is. Ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely am I to achieve this goal? If your answer is 6 or less, revise your goal so that you're more confident in your success. This might feel like lowering the bar, and maybe it is, but you can build on each small success to achieve your bigger goals. You'll be more likely to succeed in the long run. Now consider how relevant the goal is for you. You might ask yourself, is this the right goal in your life right now? For example, if you sign up to run a 5K, but you're having knee problems, this is probably not the right time for the 5K goal. Another question you can ask yourself, is this goal in line with what you value? Is it how you want to spend your time? Relevance asks us to consider what's motivating us to make a change. Are you motivated to achieve your goal because it is something that you really want? Or is it something others think you should do? When we set goals that are in line with our values and our own wants, this is known as intrinsic motivation. When we tap into these deep desires, we are more likely to be able to sustain change over the long term. The other type of motivation is extrinsic motivation. This is the type of motivation that comes from outside of ourselves. We're not spurring it. So it often looks like the shoulds. I should eat healthier because my doctor told me to. Or I'm going to walk 10,000 steps a day because I want to win a prize. Or I'm going to give up red meat because my partner wants me to. These might all be valuable goals, and they can certainly spur us to make change in the short term. But if it's change that's not in line with our wants and values, we won't be able to sustain it for the long term. We can tap into our intrinsic motivation. One of the ways you might do this is by asking yourself, what is most important to you about your health right now? How would you like for things to change? What makes you excited about being healthy? The final element of a SMART goal is to make it time-bound. We are less likely to achieve goals that are too far out or that have an ambiguous deadline. And if you do have a big stretch goal, you want to, again, break it into smaller goals with closer in timelines to make sure that you stay on track for achieving it. We can break time-bound goals into two types. The first are longer-term goals. These are goals that might take 3 months, 6 months, a year, even longer to achieve. It might look something like, in 3 months, I will practice meditation daily. This is a reach goal. You work toward a longer-term goal with smaller goals. Those smaller goals are called short-term goals. A short-term goal is one that helps us work toward that long-term goal, and it may just be for a week out. It might look something like, during the next week, I will practice a 5-minute guided meditation on 2 days after lunch. It builds us up to reach that longer-term goal. We can put all of these elements of a SMART goal together in one simple sentence. So it might look like, during the next week, I will, taking whatever action, for, stating how long, how much, on, when you'll do it, at, stating a time, in, where you will do this. Here are some specific examples of that. During the next week, I will walk at least 20 minutes, 3 days a week after work in my neighborhood. Or during the next week, I will eat 1 serving of veggies 3 days a week at dinner at home. Or during the next week, I will drink 32 ounces of water 3 days throughout my workday at my desk. Once you have this goal outlined, gut check your goal. You can come back to this question of how confident you are that you'll achieve this goal you've created. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to be successful? If you answer 6 or lower, refine your goal to make it more doable. In the long run, you'll be more likely to succeed if you're confident that you'll achieve your goal. As the author of The Little Prince writes, a goal without a plan is just a wish. It takes time to build new habits and reach your goals. Making them SMART can help you get there. We wish you success in all your wellness goals. You can find more information to reach us on your screen.